What's up, everyone? It's your man, the Mega Power TV, coming at you with another video. And today, we're kind of talking about this period of time that we've really entered into right now as 10.2 has ended, and we're in the midst of 10.2.5. And we continue on into the content roadmap of 2024. And here we are. I'm recording this video on January the 28th. And honestly, we have entered the dog days of Dragonflight. Because when you look at the content roadmap, and I'll get that pulled up for you guys here in a sec, but we're in the dead zone right now, boys. Like, there's stuff to do, but there's nothing to do at the same time, if that makes sense. And so I would say my quick thoughts, like if you were to put this all together, this is a great time if you're a new player to come play World of Warcraft. But the truth is, I don't think there's any new players that actually play World of Warcraft. It would be great if there was, but this game's really not going to draw them in, which is too bad, because I think if I were to sum up Dragonflight, I would say it's okay. It's actually not too bad. There's a little too much going on each individual class. There's way too many classes now, and the specs make each class really their own class. And so if you're a new player, you're not going to want to deal with that. And there's just too many abilities. Like, I keep my stuff simplified as possible. And there's just way too much stuff going on, and there's way too many synergies. And it's just generally not that fun to deal with. Like, I know I'm getting off topic here, but just to I'm just going to go with it anyways. I've been playing this game since release. I'm 38 years old and still playing a rogue, and I played a rogue on release. I've played classic. I've went back, I played private servers, and here we are still playing to this day. And right now, like, Outlaw Rogue, which is like the messed up version of a combat rogue, just isn't really that fun to play right now. And I've switched to other classes for fun too, and they're all kind of in the same boat. And so a new player is not going to come in and be like, so why do I have to keep track of all these different things to use this ability to maximize the efficiency of the ability? Well, and it's just, you're not drawing people in that way. It's just not that fun. But to get back to the dog days of Dragonflight and where we are right now, let me get this pulled up. Let's see. Bear with me. I should have had this pulled up ahead of time here. But normally I just do live streams and then just use clips from that. So, here we are. So you get the roadmap pulled up. When I say we are in for a content drought, the dog days, like, here's what I'm talking about. So as you can see, we're in 10.2.5, the Seeds of Renewal, where, we've got some more quests, the reclamation of Gilneas, or reclaim, whatever. Dragon riding worldwide. Like, I don't even dragon ride anymore. I just like going back to my mount. I will say dragon riding is fun, and I think it was a good addition to the game. But honestly, I just prefer the old flying mounts, where I could just let it fly. I don't have to actually make it glide. And so I'm sure there's other people that like the dragon riding, but it's not for me. And follower dungeons. So I've tried out the follower dungeons, and it does work well. And it is nice in the sense that you can just get into a dungeon right away. For example, I'm having to wait 20 to 25 minutes to get into a random dungeon in the Dungeon Finder right now. And PvP, even when I jumped on my new character that's a healer, was still like 15 to 20 minutes to get into a game. So I'm not sure if anyone's actually playing this game right now. I haven't tried Raid Finder yet this week to see what the Raid Finder queues are at. But that's something I should check out anyways, just to see. I'm guessing it's probably like a half hour or more to get into something. So I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, at this point in the World of Warcraft life cycle, I'm not in a guild anymore, and I'm just what Asmongold talks about, the guy who works multiple jobs and has his kids, and so he just logs in and plays casually. And yep, that's me. I'm that dude that he talks about, and I do looking for raid is as far as I go at this point. Otherwise, it would be fun to do some of the other stuff, but let's be honest, like on a Friday, Saturday night, or a Sunday afternoon, do any of you really want to go wipe a bunch of times and have to do the dungeon, like the raid over and over again and work on quote unquote progression of a boss? Because I don't. That does not sound like fun to me at this point. But anyways, back to that. The follower dungeons, they're okay, but it's on regular mode, and you don't get a lot of XP out of it, and it's really, really slow. And again, it's a new feature, so it could be optimized and improved upon. But man, is it boring. And so I think where it would be good is if maybe you're a tank or a healer. I think it's because I've only tried it as like a DPS class. And so I should maybe just kind of like hold my thoughts on it a little bit and say, until I try it out as a healer, maybe it's not so bad. But as a DPS guy, I found it to be kind of boring. But it was nice to try it and just let the tank just let it do its thing. Then you're looking at Azerothian Archives, Outland Cup, Hearthstone Anniversary Edition. And then we move into 10.2.6, and then the War Within Alpha. And then you take a look at spring. What do they have planned for us this spring? Dragonflight Raids Revisited. I don't even know what that is. I imagine it's some sort of streamlined, improved way to do the raids, right, for collecting stuff. I'm not sure. I guess what I would be excited about is the new PvP season, just because I do find PvP to be actually pretty fun right now. I think, and this is going to be one of my thoughts, is what to do in the dog days. PvP is probably as fun as I can remember for retail right now in a long time. Now, I do still think there's way too many abilities and stuff like that. So I think that's definitely something that could be improved upon, but I don't know what it is with this current development team and everyone over at Blizzard. And I'm hoping Microsoft gets a hold of them by giving their track record on games lately. I'm not so sure. Looking at U343 Studios, which Microsoft should have some oversight on and really put them into place. And their just overall lack of Microsoft Studio games used to actually be pretty decent, and now it's not the case. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I would say right now PvP is probably the best Dragonflight retail WoW experience that's going on right now, and there's definitely some issues. And when I say I think it's the best experience, I don't mean Arena. Arena is awful right now. I think Solo Shuffle is awful. If you want to go play cooldown trading mode, I guess go ahead and do Ranked Arena and Solo Shuffle. In my opinion, the best PvP in the game, and I actually enjoy it better than like MOBAs and stuff like that, is your standard old school like Arathi Basin, just random battlegrounds. Now, obviously, Warsong Gulch and Alterac Valley do not stand the test of time, but all the other ones hold up. But I think that's where it's the most fun, and I really do think that you should be able to get conquest points from doing random battlegrounds. So I would like to see that as an update, but for whatever reason, Blizzard loves their cooldown trading mode, and it is the most boring jerk circle mode ever. To everybody have all their cooldowns reset match after match after match. It's so repetitive and boring. I cannot believe it. And it's just like you're just like, oh, waiting for this guy to use this. Then you guys get the idea. And then let's see, new Mythic Plus season. Yawn. I know people enjoy Mythic Plus. I don't know how they do. And new open world rewards. Okay. And then after that, we're going to be moving into 10.2.7, which is Time Running Pandemonium, Harbinger Quest, whatever. Troll and Draenei Heritage Armor, which again, more transmog stuff. Transmog, I don't actually think should be in the game. I know a lot of people really enjoy it, and it does keep people playing the game. And it's something I guess you could work on during the dog days of Dragonflight, where I'm going to go run Molten Core for the 9,000th time, and then, or whatever dungeon or raid that you're trying to collect something for, right? A new holiday event. So, and then summertime, we're still not quite there yet. We're into the pre-patch where you're going to get world events, war bands, dynamic flight, and guild updates. So then we're finally going to get the war within. So that means that maybe fall, like end of summer into autumn. So you're probably thinking like July-ish or August-ish, maybe September. It doesn't specifically say. We're finally going to get something new. And that's going to be a long time from now. I mean, at best, you're looking at like 6 to 7 months of this still, which, that's a long time to be if you're running the Emerald Dream. So I really think Dragonflight got cut short, and it got rushed. It started off really well, and Aberrus was fine. I thought the Emerald Dream sucked. And here we are, like, it's over already. And it's like Dragonflight is done. You could show me all this other stuff on the roadmap. Dragonflight is effectively over. As soon as that cutscene hit and Farrak was done, Dragonflight was done. And so, if you're asking me, like, all right, man, we've gone through this. We've gone through this all. Mega Power TV. You've talked for about 8 minutes and now talked about what we should do. Well, the truth is, it's really up to you, obviously, what you want to do. But my recommendation would be during this time, one, just take a break from World of Warcraft, especially retail. This game really isn't set up anymore. There's no social structure to really make it worthwhile to log in all the time, unless you really still have a solid friend group that plays, which I would be impressed if that was still going on in this game. I personally wish I had a friend group that played this game still. I would love to have like dudes that were worth logging in for to play with, even if it was just silly stuff, but I don't. And so I would say the first thing would be to take a break from it. The second thing would be, if you haven't got into PvP, to really think about actually getting into PvP right now, because it's pretty fun. And I would actually recommend doing a spec that you've never done. But what I really would recommend is just play a whole nother class that you haven't done. For example, like the other day, I hit level 70 on a priest, and I'm playing like a disc priest, trying to heal in battlegrounds. And honestly, after playing a rogue my whole life, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm awful at it. When I get into combat, guys are... you should just see me. It's like I freeze, because it's like, wait, what do you do in this scenario? What do you do in this scenario? I don't know how to get guys off me other than to hit the fear button. How do I stay alive? I don't even know. So that's definitely something I would recommend trying. I don't know if I would recommend going the PvE route. Just because what are you going to do? I mean, I guess theoretically you could take a new class in and you could have some, I guess, fun doing the same dungeons and same raids over and over again that you've already done. But I really don't think you would find that enjoyable. And a lot of you guys are probably already playing this game and go, you know what? I've tried all the classes. I've tried everything. What else should I do? You know, I'm collecting transmog stuff, and I'm really just like pushing my parses, and that's about it. And I would really say just take a break from the game. That would be my best recommendation. Otherwise, I would say PvP is the best route. And that kind of where I bring in like, why is that happening? Well, like this time right now, if anyone has like new players that want to try out this game, this is the best time for them to come in, because There's no longer going to be like any new content or anything. So it's a perfect time to be like, this is sort of like how the game is right now. Let's get you in here. Let's get your class going. It's going to be a really annoying dealing with all this stuff that's going on as far as all the abilities, all the different classes, and all their different specs inside of the class and what do they do. But it's a good time to get in because all the power systems are sort of where they're going to be. And I think Dragonflight has done a good job in managing, sort of keeping the classes, they are what they are, where like the quote-unquote borrowed power isn't really an issue in this one. One area that I do think that they've messed up on in Dragonflight is that it's really, certain classes are just more powerful than other classes, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you get a weapon upgrade or an item upgrade, it doesn't actually feel like you're that much stronger. It's just like you're either one of the strong classes or you're not, regardless of how good your gear really is. That's a little bit of a drawback. I wish they would simplify it down a little bit, make gear a little more powerful in terms of like the impact it has upon you and your own performance. And that's kind of it, really. I think right now the item upgrades are in such a good spot too. Like as a casual player, I think it's pretty cool to be able to go into like Raid Finder or to craft items, and then you collect currency to then actually just go upgrade the items. I think that's actually a really good system, and I hope that continues on. So I think they've actually narrowed that down to like a really good spot, and it kind of keeps everyone able to play. And so I hope that continues going forward. I don't assume it will go away, but you never know, right? So I'm excited to see that. But otherwise, I really can't recommend a whole lot in the game right now. And so that's really where I'm going to end the video at, saying like, man, I guess we'll see you guys in the fall. I'm going to keep the content coming. I'm going to be playing here, obviously, because I've been playing for 19 years, and there's not really an MMO out that I want to try right now. But if you're a new player, come on in and try. Or if you're looking for a social game, hit me up. Would love to just get like a casual raid group going if that's the case. But otherwise, do what a lot of people probably haven't done in World of Warcraft and just take a break from it, because Blizzard is saying like, hey, we've got nothing for you. You might as well take a break. So I appreciate everyone hanging in there if you watched it to the very end. I know that was sort of an anticlimactic ending, but that's really all that there's going on in today's World of Warcraft. So, man, if you guys can comment down below, tell me what you think. Let me know what I could improve upon on the video. If you have your own ideas, I tried not to jump around too much, but again, I'm more of a live stream guy. Shout out to my man Boklahoma and his videos. Kind of inspired me to make my own, and shout out to the man Asmongold himself. Hope he comes back to World of Warcraft one day. Anyways, guys, smash the sub button, all the follow. You can find me on Twitch, Megapower TV. It's your man, the Megapower TV, and I'm done with this video.